One of the most significant points in a person's life is his transition from childhood to adulthood. Adolescence. This is a period when various changes happen physically, emotionally, and mentally. The World Health Organization, or WHO, has classified adolescents, more commonly referred to as teenagers, as those belonging to the 10 to 19 age group. As of 2020, 1 in 6 people around the world are adolescents, which make us a significant component of society. Beyond the numbers and statistics, today I will be speaking about a widely discussed topic: adolescence and mental health. Over the years, the discourse on mental health has become significantly extensive compared to any point in recorded history. This may be due to people starting to recognize the bearing of psychological health to overall well-being. As I go along in this speech, I see it fit that in order to fully understand the concept of mental health, it should be defined properly. Hence, I will be using the official definition from the WHO, which has 4 components. Every individual realizes his or her potential, can manage the normal stresses of life, can operate productively, and can contribute to the community. From this, mental health becomes both an inward and outward process. A healthy mind is one which can manage the self and at the same time share meaningfully to society. As I have discussed earlier, adolescence is a transition period where changes rapidly occur. It is a time of finding the self and where it belongs. Identity, aspirations, sexuality, and the weight of the impending future are just some things that occupy a young adult's mind. On top of this, economic factors and familial matters also heavily influence our development. It is a critical moment for building the self, which makes adolescents susceptible to negative emotions such as feeling misunderstood, doubt, isolation, hopelessness, and rage, which can result in participating in risky behaviors and the globally known phenomenon of teenage rebellion. This period of restlessness in a person's life is enough to cause a breaking point, making mental health a primary concern during adolescence. It may be a hard conversation, but it is time for all of us to listen and pay attention. From internationally gathered data, depression is the leading cause of illness and disability among young adults. The reality is even more grim because suicide ranks 3rd in global death among the 15 to 19 age group. Despite these alarming numbers, around 10 to 20% of mental health cases still remain undiagnosed and untreated. Depression and anxiety are popularly known in today's society, but other mental health illnesses are equally damaging as well. Eating disorders such as anorexia nervosa or starving oneself stem from a negative outlook on one's appearance and is prevalent among females. Emotional disorders and psychosis, which cause rapid mood changes, outbursts, and hallucinations impede the normal social functioning of an individual. Self-harm and risky behaviors are unhealthy coping mechanisms which endanger the life of an adolescent participating in such. The spectrum of mental health illnesses is extremely broad, and these are just some of the most common and observable ones. Despite this, each one should be treated with urgency and proper intervention. The challenges we are facing at present are very real ones, and the next step after acknowledging their severity is to act towards prevention. However, this will only be possible if we are informed about the root of the problem. Mental health diseases are said to be caused by factors which mainly belong to two categories: biological and environmental. While biological factors are technical and on the microscopic level, they are as important to understand as environmental ones. Every individual has his own set of genes formed over time and passed on from generation to generation. These traits determine a person's susceptibility to certain mental health conditions. A study showed that adolescents with first-degree relatives who experience such conditions are more likely to experience them too. With this knowledge, certain activities or counseling can already be offered to children to help them cope better as they age. The second and more manageable factor is the environmental aspect. Most of the time, these are negative stressors which seem insignificant. But as time progresses, they ultimately affect the well-being of an adolescent. As a socially critical time, an adolescent's sense of belongingness with his peers is one of the core things which take center stage. At the same time, this exposes them to risks such as bullying, pressure to consume illegal substances, and uncomfortable situations, which may result in anxiety and trauma. Having an unstable home environment also deteriorates their peace of mind. In poorer areas of the world, adolescents also have to deal with unsafe living conditions, which may include crimes or acts of violence and natural disasters. At such a crucial point in their lives, they can only endure so much. Now, the challenge awaits for us all. What preventive measures can we take? Mental health conditions are personal and internal ones. Many times, adolescents who suffer from them prefer to stay silent out of fear of judgment. The most important step we can take is to create an environment where they feel safe and heard. At home, parents can check in from time to time just to make sure that their children know that they are involved in their lives. At the same time, activities which the whole family can enjoy are great sources of happiness and relaxation, which can provide essential breaks from school and social pressure to a young adult. It is also helpful to support budding interests instead of pressuring them to spend time on something which they do not enjoy. Leading an active lifestyle in the family reduces the risk of mental health problems as well. In school, teachers serve as second parents to adolescents. School is where we spend most of our time and where we learn to navigate socializing. If an adolescent feels like they belong, this can significantly reduce the academic stress, which may lead to mental health diseases. Establishment of clubs, which cater to various interests, can also serve as an outlet for expression and creativity. Let us make it known that they are not alone. As a community, we have a responsibility to protect the children of our future. The status of mental health is something we must openly discuss in order to provide supportive spaces for the next generation to thrive. If we put our minds together, nobody shall ever feel alone. Thank you.